Hi, this is Phillip at Château Avensac, and I just happen to be on the other side of the village. Our village is very small, and on one side is the chateau, which protects the village from the marauders, from the attacks. And on the other side is the church. So if they breach the walls of the chateau, you can get some salvation before you're killed. And so I'm just here on the other side of the village. I thought I'd take a quick look. Here we are. This is the Church of Avensac. There is a story, I don't know if it's how true it is, but this church is 19th century, and it is said that it was built from the stones of the ancient chateau. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble getting my words out today. That it was built from the stones of the 14th century chateau when our chateau was built. So that was in the early 19th century, which does make sense. This is, I believe, a very typical 19th century church. You can see the cross here is actually the back of the war memorial, which is a must-have in every village in France. And, oh, maybe more walk back. Okay. You're gonna need a little arrow, but right there is the chateau. That's the other side of the village. So our village is just a little short, 2 blocks. Anyway, just sort of walked up the grass. You can see here is the war memorial for the children of Avensac, died for France, for World War I, and then one person for World War II. As I approach the church, I can look down this little side street, and at the end of it is the chateau. I'm going to walk down the main street. Our village doesn't really have any services. There's no restaurants or cafes or bars, but Jean-Louis and his wife Laurence have the farm right across the street from the chateau, and they grow vegetables for the market. There's the church, and you can see just a little ways down the French flags. Those are flying in front of the the town hall, the mairie. I'm halfway through the village. That little yellow post box is attached to the mairie, right next to the mairie. This is the town hall, where all the important administrative business happens for the village and the commune. And even though it's a very small village, it has its own mayor and own town hall. And there is the chateau at the other end of the village. Now this wall is the wall of our property on the village side. And you can kind of just see there's a little bit of a building here. That is the end of the bakehouse. At the other end of this building, where we just see the little arched doorway, is an old bread oven. So one day that will get restored. And of course, there's our tower gate. That's the 14th century tower that remains. This was the original entrance to the chateau. There's mention that there was a drawbridge to it. And you're saying a drawbridge over what? And if we look, you can see this is the end of the moat. Obviously, there's no water in this part of the moat, but at one point there would have been water here. Our moat apparently was shortened, so it would have possibly continued around the entire old part of the chateau. And in fact, where I am standing now, which is at the main gates of the chateau, back up a little bit. This is the entrance we use today. But this whole section actually was much, much lower. When they built the current chateau in the beginning of the 19th century, this was part of the moat. And it might have just been a dry moat, but it would have been a defensive moat. And it was filled in, apparently with rubble from the old chateau, to create this courtyard.
Oh, hi! It's Judy from Château Avensac. Well, obviously, I have a new job. No one at the chateau wants to deal with the poo-poo undies, so now I'm the laundress. Well, I'm here today to respond to a few comments made on some of our videos, and I want to start with the lanterns. It was an overwhelming majority of voters that voted for the lanterns, and the lanterns will indeed be put up on the gateposts, and yes, they will be lit. And let's move on to Frank. Oh, poor dear Frank wrote in to tell me that every time he watches our videos, I make him pee. Well, Frank, that's not the first time I've heard that from a man, and you can do something about that. It all depends on how you handle it. Bonnie Jean and Brown Now 134 made comments about Philip's shoes. They're faux Crocs, and we call them craps. And, well, he just has a hard time giving up his old crap. Native Texan wrote in and told us about a new cocktail, Armagnac and soda, a delicious and lovely drink for the warm summer months. And, well, Native Texan, Judy agrees with you and would never wait for summer. Down the hatch. Oh, that is delicious. Kira made a lovely comment in French, and I will do my best. Merci d'avoir remarqué le pot de chambre. Kira noted, and well noted, that the spittoon at the wine tasting table was a chamber pot. It's my own personal chamber pot. Well done, Kira. And I want to also give a shout out to some of our commenters who comment every single time and make such lovely comments about yours personally, Judy. So I'm calling them my best friends forever. Wrinkles and Sprinkles, mwah. Francisco, mwah, mwah, mwah. Trina, Louisa, and Joni, Judy loves you. Charant Living, Robert and Yerke. I agree. The David statues should have been up on the lantern post, but, well, the owners said they're very stubborn, and we'll have the lanterns. So before I go today, I think you'll all remember, a few videos ago, we were talking about the lanterns on the gateposts, and I got so many comments about a young gentleman, half naked, with a big lantern in front of him. Well, I want to introduce all of you to him. His name is Corey. Corey, come on in.
Hey, Judy.
Hi, Corey. Now, I want to warn you all that Corey is Scottish, so we may not understand a single word he says. Corey, tell the nice folks a bit about yourself.
My name's Corey, I'm 21 years old. I've been living in France for the past 6.5 years, and I'm just living the life here, having a great time.
Yeah, like I said, not a word. Corey, what are you doing at the chateau?
I'm currently pointing some rooms in the exterior of the chateau. It's going really well. I'm sure you'll see a video about it very soon.
Ah, pointing. I got that word. That means putting mortar between stones. Corey's a dear friend, and he likes to come and help us. Corey, tell us about your personal life. Everyone wants to know that.
Well, my real job is a carpenter joiner. I do that Monday to Friday, just your average daily job.
Oh, nice.
When I have some spare time, I often go out partying. I'll see my girlfriend.
Your what?
My girlfriend.
Oh, sorry, ladies. He's got one. Don't write to me about it. There's nothing we can do. Corey is taken. Corey, what did I ask you to tell the nice people out there?
Sorry, I'm not shirtless today.
Oh, well, what else did I tell you?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Well, in case you didn't understand that, that was like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I'm Judy from Château Avensac. This is Corey from Château Avensac. You have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Directly in front of me, you see the buildings with two green doors, just a large one and a little one, and a lot of rubble. And that's the Chateau, which is a barn for storage of wine and wine production. There's Susie closing the garage doors. She just pulled in front of me. And as I turn, you can see the courtyard of the chateau. So that was our quick little tour through the village of Avensac. Beyond the chateau are the terraces and the valley below. A big thank you to our patrons whose contributions go directly towards the renovation of the chateau, and to all of our viewers. We love hearing from you. We love reading the comments, so please let us know what you're thinking, if you have ideas, or just want to say something about what you've seen or what you would like to see. It really is very much appreciated. Thank you. This is Phillip at Chateau Avensac. Hi, this is Phillip at Chateau Avensac, and yes, do not adjust your TVs, or computers, or phones. I am in the dark, because it's nighttime. But I thought we'd take a quick listen to the sounds of the moat at night. This is the bridge that goes to the tower. If you can hear that sound, those are the frogs of the chateau. Now, if I actually go and look at the moat, they'll probably stop. Let's go see. They are so funny.